From an attorney throwing a full-blown tantrum in court to a judge absolutely shutting him down, today's case is next-level embarrassing. This guy has been practicing for nearly 20 years, yet he acts like he just walked in off the street. Accusing Judge Boyd of running her YouTube stream for money, showing up late and then demanding VIP treatment, lingering around like an uninvited guest at a party. It's all just a disaster. But hey, maybe you guys see something I don't. Was the judge too harsh? Or did this crybaby lawyer have it coming? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more insane court moments. Clip 1, today's case is a bit different. Usually it's the defendant getting wrecked, but this time it's a lawyer who just won't shut up. Judge Boyd actually goes off on him for his attitude, and honestly, I don't blame her. Lawyers are supposed to be professional in court, not throw tantrums when things don't go their way. Watching this guy melt down is honestly next-level embarrassing. Let me know what you guys think about this case in the comments below. Was the judge too harsh, or did this crybaby lawyer have it coming? Now, let's dive in and watch the judge shut him down.
You are in court because your attorney is late.
Okay, so we only take a record in this court when the judge tells you to? Is this a tactic on the court's part to attempt to wear out the defendant so they can't access their right to trial?
Oh. Stop interrupting me.
Well, we're not on the record.
Stop interrupting me.
Right? I mean, we're not in court.
Stop
There's no
interrupting me.
I mean, that's the reason I don't come to your court at 9, because I know in another court,
Sir,
things
here's your
can
answer.
actually.
What is this attorney even doing right now? Bro, just leave while you have the chance. The judge literally told you she'll see you at 9:30 tomorrow, and your next move is to turn around and accuse the court of trying to wear out the defendant. Sir, the only thing wearing out the defendant is you. This man is running laps around nonsense while his client is probably sitting there wondering if representing himself would have been the better option. Like seriously, this guy is out of control for no reason. Let me know in the comments what you think about his attitude, because to me, it just seems like he has some kind of personal beef with Judge Boyd. And honestly, I don't even know how you could beef with her. She seems so sweet, but she might not stay sweet for long because she's about to lose it on this dude. Let's not waste any more time. Let's dive in and watch this all go down. Clip 3, this dude has been practicing law in this county for almost 20 years. And yet, here we are. There is no way this guy is real. He's giving off peak, sketchy, back alley, forgets to show up to court lawyer energy. Like if there's a handbook on how not to act as an attorney, he's following it to the letter. And the audacity, the absolute nerve, to accuse Judge Boyd of running her YouTube stream for money.
All right, I'm going to ask you the same question that I asked everybody else. But has an acknowledgement of discovery been done? Because I don't have it in the court file.
I have signed a few of them at this point.
All right, so has there been any new discovery?
Not to my knowledge.
All right, so you can make sure that the acknowledgement of discovery, the state actually has it and the court has it, because it's not in the court file. And Odyssey is doing things on its own. So I'm going to have y'all come back tomorrow. You're not number 1 on the docket.
Okay.
There are a couple of cases that are ahead of you, so those cases may end up going before yours. We'll just see where we are. Okay.
That's correct.
Respectfully, Your Honor, Mr. Rios always appears, always waits all day. This is impacting his employment. We would ask that if we're not likely to be called tomorrow, that we be released. Additionally, I have experts for this trial that we have attempted to bring in, but we never know, and because the case is older now, when we should bring those experts in. So I'm going to have to approach the court and request additional funds for those experts if we're reset. So I would ask the court either to give us some preference tomorrow for trial, or if we can't do that, to release Mr. Rios so that he can go to work.
All right. Be here exactly at 9:30. Okay.
Okay, yes.
All right. I'm supposed to be here exactly at 9:30.
You understand? Now, Your Honor, respectfully, every time we come to court, we lose an entire day of work ourselves too. This is not typical of most of the courts in this county.
Oh yeah, it is very typical.
It's not.
Yes, it is.
You can say that, Judge, but I practice in
And
the
say
courts.
that, and it very is typical, because every attorney that's here has a case that's set for jury trial. And this is what ends up happening.
what ends up happening is I will allow people to go to civil cases to be out of county, and then their client is sitting here waiting for them. And for some reason, that's the court's fault. That's not the court's fault when attorneys are not showing up at 9 or whatever, and then they stroll in at 9:30 or 9:45. So what I'm telling you all, 9:30, see y'all at 9:30. Thank you. Coordinator will give you a reset form.
Understood. Your Honor,
All right,
I'm
thank
trying to
you.
make a record. I don't see the court reporter typing.
What?
Okay, so we only take a record in this court when the judge tells you to? The case was called.
No, the case wasn't called. When I call the case, I call it by the style of the case.
Okay.
All right. All right. So I'll see y'all at 9:30.
Judge, I have to ask you, is this a tactic on the court's part to attempt to wear out the defendant so they can't access their right to trial?
Bro, what? My guess is she just uses it for transcripts or transparency, but this dude is reaching so hard. Like, she's literally running a courtroom for the United States, and this guy is out here acting like she's a Twitch streamer grinding for donations. At this point, he's either trying to make her snap for some bizarre reason, or he's just one of the most delusional lawyers I've ever seen. Also, to the defendant, blink twice if you're okay, my guy.
Oh, I find that very inappropriate to say when there is no proof and people are just throwing things out. Now, what I can tell you, and I'm sure your client is aware, sometimes when we end up coming to court, we come to court because there are discovery issues. Sometimes when you're in court, you are in court because your attorney is late. And when I say late, I mean that when a case is scheduled in this court and it's scheduled for 9 a.m. and attorneys go to different courts because they want to go to different courts first, it is not the court's fault that you're sitting here for 12 o'clock or 1:30 or coming back over break. Number one, I have a lunch break. And there was a point in time where I would not take a lunch break. And the reason why I wouldn't take a lunch break is because I said, you know what?
Make a record?
I've been a defense attorney. And when I was a defense attorney, what I would always do, I'm like, I have to be in like 5 courts. It would be nice if they could stagger their docket. And so sometimes I would be here, we wouldn't have a lunch break, and I would be here till 3 o'clock. And then you know what I discovered? When I would say that I'm going to be here till 3 o'clock, I'm working through lunch, other attorneys, you know what they would end up doing? Then they wouldn't show up in the morning. They would just show up at 1:30 or whatever, because they're like, oh, the judge is going to stay there. So I stopped doing that because I need a lunch break. And that's what happens.
So then my other question, I guess, is if you're not doing this to cause the hardship, it obviously causes on all the attorneys and the defendants. Are you doing this for the YouTube? Because we don't have a record, right? Except for the YouTube.
Yes, here's the thing. You're to be back tomorrow at 9:30. You
Yes.
understand?
Yes.
All right. Thank you so much. And once you sign the reset form, you'll be here tomorrow. If somebody goes before you, somebody goes before you. Your counsel is well aware, or should be well aware, if he's been practicing in Bexar County,
For almost
that
20
there
years.
are
Like an uninvited guest who doesn't know when to leave. Judge Vo is literally moving on to the next case, but this guy, nope, he's still hanging around like that one person at a party who just won't take the hint. At this point, it's just painful to watch. Like, bro, read the room. The judge has bigger things to deal with than your nonsense. But nope, he's still lingering, still running his mouth, and somehow still making this even worse for himself. Don't go anywhere, though, because this mess isn't over yet. Let's watch how Judge Vo handles this clown, clip 5-way. Like, seriously, bro, what did you expect? You show up late, get called out for it, and then throw a tantrum when you don't get special treatment. That's not how this works. That's not how any of this works. Judge Boyd literally spelled it out for him. She's got 40 trials to handle. She's not about to bend over backward for one whiny lawyer who can't follow basic scheduling rules. And instead of just taking the L and moving on, this dude doubles down and makes himself look even worse. Honestly, this is peak unprofessionalism. Lawyers are supposed to be prepared, punctual, and able to handle pressure. Instead, this guy just crumbled like a stale cookie. But hey, let me know what you guys think. Was Judge Boyd in the right here? Because to me, this one isn't even a debate. That's a wrap on this absolute train wreck of a courtroom moment. If you're throwing a tantrum in open court because a judge didn't drop everything just for you, maybe, just maybe, you shouldn't be practicing law. Emotional stability is kind of important when you're literally defending people's rights. Judge Boyd handled this exactly how she should have. But hey,
of cases that are on the docket for jury trial. So for example, I had approximately 40 cases down for jury trial today. And what ends up happening, sometimes people who are in custody take precedent because their cases are older
I'm
than
asking
yours.
for a record, by the way.
You understand? Because they're older than yours. So that's what happens. So then what ends
Rulings are
up
being made,
happening,
there should be a record, right?
excuse me, stop interrupting me.
Well, we're not on the
Stop
record,
interrupting me.
right? I mean, we're not in
Stop
court. if there's no record.
interrupting me.
Sir, here's your reset form at 9:30.
So what ends up happening, sir, is that people who are in custody, sometimes their cases take precedent. And the reason why it takes precedent is because their cases are older and because the jail is overcrowded. Now, as you may or may not be aware, I call the docket all the time at 9 a.m. And sometimes when I call the docket at 9 a.m., defense attorneys are not here. Your attorney knows when he has not been here at 9 a.m. and then you have to wait. And you
Judge,
need
you're
to
aware
be
that every
here.
court starts at 9.
And you need to
I have
be here.
other cases.
And you need to be here at 9. So when your attorney is somewhere at another court, you know what ends up happening? Your attorney has made the choice to have you sit here and go to another court before
Well, that's
coming
not
here.
exactly true,
You
because all of
understand?
those courts got
All right,
business
good luck to
accomplished.
you.
All
Thank
of us
you.
got
Thank you,
recalled
sir.
today,
Thank you,
right,
sir.
Judge? So, I mean, what did we accomplish?
Have a nice
today?
afternoon, sir.
I mean, that's the reason I don't come to your court at 9, because I know in another court,
Sir,
some things
here's
can
your
actually
answer.
occur.
Sir,
And they're courts of exactly the same
Sir.
jurisdiction.
right this way, sir.
Don't go anywhere just yet, guys. This idiot is not done. Judge Boyd is about to call up her next case, but this dude just keeps lingering around like an idiot.
Hi. All right, Mr. Guzman.
Yes.
All right, so before the interpreter came, and correct me if I'm wrong, your attorneys came forward to let me know that they just received a new indictment. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, and so that indictment, excuse me. Step away.
I was doing what the court ordered me to do and checking on the discovery.
All right, so what ended up happening is your attorneys. All right. Boy, things have really changed the way people treat people, which I find very odd.
maybe you guys see something I don't. Let me know in the comments. Are you siding with the judge here, or do you think this lawyer had a point somehow? If you liked this court meltdown, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more. I post every single day, bringing you the wildest court moment.